Are you confused about what to do after CA? Will CA course help you in your family business, or will it help you to be a good entrepreneur? How this profession helps to expand our family business? What should be our roadmap? Hello everyone, this is Prankaj and welcome back to my channel. Today I have come up with this interview series which will clear all your doubts which comes in your mind. How to set up our practice, what type of job should we apply for, whether there are any other career options available for a student who has done CA. So I have come up with this interview series, What Next, which will give you a clear picture about what type of career options are there after CA. So today it's all about joining your family business after completing CA. That is how to be a brilliant entrepreneur. So I'll introduce you all to CA Piyush Jindal, who is a CA turned entrepreneur. He's the Director of Finance of his company, Safex Chemicals Private Limited. He has a strong experience in mergers and acquisition, fundraising, corporate finance and business analytics. He leads the finance and IT functions of his group. He has also played a great role in new acquisitions and raising funds through debt and equity. He has also helped his group to achieve strong growth in the past years. Let's learn how he used his knowledge in his business to achieve various milestones. So let's get started. So hi Piyush, welcome to my channel The Life Maker, and thank you for accepting my invitation to enlighten all my students in this journey of entrepreneurship. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Priyanka, for inviting me. And this is a great initiative started by you, wherein the young aspirants can learn more from the people who are already in the trade or already in their businesses.
Thank you so much for coming. At the onset, I want to ask you, when did you qualify your CA, CA exams?
So I qualified in 2011.
2011, after graduating from
Yeah.
college, Delhi University.
Yeah. So my batch was a unique batch. I think so. It was a second CPT batch, and therefore I got privileged that I completed my CA during the tenure of my Hindu college only. So in 2010 I completed my graduation, and in 2011 I completed my CA.
Okay, excellent, excellent. So basically, time waste nahi hua, jo generally students
Yeah,
look
yeah,
after graduation they need to start now.
yeah.
So the next question is, at that point of time when you cleared your CA, what was in your mind? Like, didn't you wanted to get into job or practice, which is a natural, phenomenon कि CA कर रहे हैं तो फिर या तो job में घुसेंगे या फिर practice में घुसेंगे. So did you feel that experience is needed, or could join your family business immediately? Like, what is your
So my story has been quite a bit different. So after 12th only, we are a typical Baniya family, and it's a family business which I have joined. And so you may say ki the business was in the blood, and during the lunch meetings or during the dinner only we discuss business within the family also. So you may say it was the part of the DNA. So I won't say ki I never thought of getting into a job, but it was more from an experience point of view, and the ultimate aim was to start the business only. But one thing stuck in my mind during the process was that why to waste time? So time management and career management is something which one has to see. Sometimes people waste their precious years in doing this or that. So in fact, I formally joined my business just after my graduation. I still remember the day when I gave my last exam of Hindu college. It was probably June, and the next day I was in the office, huh? And I cleared my final exams while I was in my office itself. So as far as practical experience is also concerned, it was the family business from where I got the practical experience. And in fact, the best thing is if you are in your business, you can experiment a lot more, huh? So this is a myth that you should have experience only. It depends upon the attitude. So I started from very basic as vouching, huh? So one thing you have to be very clear, be it your own business or be it you are joining some job or something, you should start from very basic. So in my organization, so I started from a clerk level. as a management trainee.
So if any student who is a CA wish to get into family business, they should know the ground level, how things work at the ground.
So in fact, it also depends upon the family, by family. So in fact, I used to be jealous of my those friends who had joined a job or something like that, because I was having less pocket money than them, because they were earning good than me, and because I was still earning a pocket money, because my father was very particular that you have to earn your bread, even if you're in your business. So these are some fundamentals which are at family level you have to ensure. So as and when the time passed, my pocket money or my salary, you may say anything, it was also graduated. So it all depends upon how your family uh, is managing your business. So it's quite clear, at least in my family, that we have to start from the basics, and you have to start from the very
Basically the importance of money was taught to you, like कि भाई
exact.
आपको कमाना है उसको ऐसे ही नहीं, you won't get it in free, you need to earn it, then only you will get your
Yeah,
pay.
yeah.
But what do you suggest, like अभी students लोग के intermediate level होते हैं, then articles start, so after graduation only they are being able to complete their course. So what do you suggest, like right after BCom only should they get into business also, or they should wait 2 more years to complete their entire journey and then they should start looking after that family business, or they should go 1 hour or 2 hour just to have an idea about what it is all about?
The answer is not one way. It also depends upon the situation of a particular person. It depends upon the family. So I will be very practical in answering this question, that there's no universal answer to it. To be very frank, if you are the only breadwinner of your family, and if you are the only person who has to take care of it, or maybe anything like that, or maybe there can be other circumstances, so you should start earning your bread first, huh? And the other things can wait. But in case if something can wait, then you should complete your education first. So it all depends. So I won't be giving a generalized answer to it.
Okay.
But one thing is for sure, if a person can manage, huh, is that at least initial 10 years or 5 years, depends upon again the situation. But the person should not think about the money, and should think about the various learnings which he can learn, various domains which he can work upon. Because the thing is that though specialization works, but if you have to be in your own business, then you have to be hands-on on a lot of activities. You cannot have a domain expertise per se, because it can be always outsourced to professional C agencies or professionals.
So basically they should have the entire knowledge, हर चीज का they should have that
Exactly.
knowledge जो चाहिए वो जानना जरूरी है. जो specific
Exactly.
चीज you can anytime delegate when you grow, when you expand you can anyways delegate the things.
Priyanka, I will tell you one interesting fact. Like, with all due respect to the specialization school of thoughts, I once met a very big partner level person in a big four, and he was a GST guy. So he was a GST partner, and I asked a very simple question regarding TDS, and he categorically said that this is not my expertise. The thing is, super specialization do help, but I believe that you cannot forget your fundamentals. You cannot forget the basic things like TDS, or maybe like a debit or credit. You can't 10 years down the line or 20 years down the line say ki, you may ask anything about GST, but I can't tell you about a debit or credit. So these are some fundamentals.
They should know everything about every field, because you are.
I'm not saying everything. I'm not saying everything, but
because people think you are a CA, you know every aspect of finances, be it TDS,
Yeah.
be it GST, be it income tax, be it audit.
At least some working knowledge. Yeah.
At least some basic knowledge. So would you prefer a student to get into, because it is said that in a big four, specialization hota hai in one field. But in a mediocre firms, like normal firms, you get knowledge about every field of every aspect of a chartered accountant. So is there any suggestion from your side that in their training period, what they should prefer? Like, if you want to be an entrepreneur, what type of firm they should choose, basically?
See, one has to be very street smart, and Big Four doesn't teach you to be a street smart. So you should be a part of a growing organization, mediocre per se. I don't want to use a mediocre because no firm is a mediocre firm. Either it is a growing or it's a matured. So I just defined it in two ways. And the last one are the Big Fours. I am not even commenting about it. I'm nothing, no hard feeling from them because we as a company, organization, just work with Big Four only as of now. But the thing is, if I talk about a student, in order to get more experience, then he has to be street smart. So people should learn those specific stuff also, which is required.
So basically, if a person has a family business or a person who wants to be an entrepreneur and he's a CA, he should choose a firm जिसमें उसको सारे type का knowledge मिले because that will help him
Exactly.
immensely in their business. Correct?
See, इसमें भी एक मेरा point है कि see, first one is to understand what is their end objective. In case they don't know their end objective, they should seek the help of a counselor. Maybe they should sit with their parents or the stakeholders of their family and should understand what they want to earn out of the life. Because sometimes I have seen it within the close family also, people don't know what to do. The answer is at least one should have a 5-year, 10-year life plan clear at last. And accordingly, they should select a particular job, should go into a particular firm. Say, if for example, if a person wants to be a super specialist, then from the very first day, they should pursue that. And there's no wrong in being a super specialist also. But one should know what they want. Point number one. And point number two, whatever their passion is, they should pursue it really hard. Sometimes the problem is कि ये भी try कर लिया, वो भी try कर लिया, but they don't know. If I ask a lot of people कि what is your plan 5 years down the line, 10 years down the line, they don't know anything about it.
Yeah, that is one problem actually. And for that clarity only, I've come up with this series because they will know people from various field and actually what is happening in the ground. So accordingly, they will choose their career path. How can being a chartered accountant help you as an entrepreneur in your business?
See, I will like to answer it in a different way. Like doing chartered accountancy was like buying a book, and getting a good book is also necessary. But the art lies in the application of knowledge. So, chartered accountancy helped me in my business in a way that when I'm talking to people and when I say that I'm a chartered accountant, 5 years before and 10 years. So, if coming back to the history, I was 21 when I joined the business. And in fact, I didn't even completed my 21. So, midst of 20 and 21, I joined the business. So, in case I was not a chartered accountant at that time, so people would have underrated me, underplayed me, or may have made a fool out of me. But sometimes getting a tag of being a CA, even if you don't know shit about anything, but people think that you know a lot of stuff, so they start with the dialogue कि आप CA हो, आपको तो पता ही होगा. So you in the initial phases of your life gets protected by the CA tag, and rest of the life is dependent upon how practically you implement those knowledge. But
confidence
one thing, yeah, confidence बढ़ने से ज़्यादा है कि it's like a bodyguard to you.
Yes.
The CA tag protects you from certain ills of the life.
What do you feel like? There are many chartered accountants who hesitate to become, entrepreneur. What is one thing which is, stopping them or giving them a doubt that they won't be a good businessman or an entrepreneur?
See, it's a very funny answer. So when you study mono, you become risk averse.
Yes.
And when you know a lot, then you become risk averse. In fact, after 3 years down the line, like when I was 23, 24, I forgot that I was a CA. Because in order to becoming an entrepreneur, you have to forget laws and do. Laws come afterwards, and first you have to earn money. So the thing is, when you know everything, then you know all the risk which you are getting into. Sometimes, so entrepreneur is directly related to how much risk you are able to take. But how I define is that it should be a calculated risk. Huh? So if you are able to calculate a risk and if you are able to endure that risk is always about losing something or something you may lose. If you are able to take that risk, then you should go ahead. But the problem which I have identified at least is that CAs being more educated, CA being more meticulous about all the analysis, they know what risk they are getting into, and that stops them from taking risk. So, in order to become an entrepreneur, you have to have a high risk taking ability. So, this is, I think, so why most of the CAs are not able to become good entrepreneurs.
The risk appetite is very, very important to get into business because high risk, high return. That is the funda.
कितने CAs है जिन्होंने बिटकॉइन या क्रिप्टो करेंसी में इन्वेस्ट किया होगा बिकॉज दे नो हाँ
बहुत कम लोग होंगे ना because it's very, very risky. तो बहुत कम लोग होंगे जो
see the thing is in order to become an entrepreneur you have to be risky but at calculated risk you have to take. And the problem with CAs, they are not able to, they go into over calculation.
Do you think a professional course like CA or CS bring a change in your working when you work in your business level?
So the best thing which I've learned during the CA phase was time management. You have to attend your classes also. You have to attend. So I did my articleship in my business itself. So you have to do articleship also. You have to study also. So the best thing which I've learned during the CA time was my time management. And this is true for any professional. So it be a doctor, it be a CA, or it be anyone. So time management is very, very, very crucial about stuff.
Time management is
So
actually
I think so the
every phase of life. It is very, very
yeah, exactly. So time management is something without which you cannot become a CA. So time management is something which I think should be one thing which helps to become a good entrepreneur. And second is how to divide your entire curriculum or syllabus. So in business also there are a lot of targets which you have to achieve. So during your professional course like a CA, you know how to divide your time again. Time is again of an essence, लेकिन you have to कि अगर इतनी मोटी book को पढ़ना है, then you have to divide it into chapters. So how to granularize things, how to split things into small parts. This is something which I at least learned from CA. So जब आप being an entrepreneur you do big projects, then एक्चुअली उस प्रोजेक्ट्स को छोटे छोटे पार्ट्स में टाइमलाइंस में कैसे डिवाइड करके उसको मेजर करना है. दिस इज समथिंग व्हिच यू आर एबल
basically CA one cannot clear if they cannot strategize plan बना के या time management करके अगर आप नहीं पढ़ोगे तो they won't be able to clear it. And we learn a lot about this in entire CA journey and that ultimately helps you in your business.
And also one thing which is quite so the CA pattern is quite peculiar. Now you have to excel in all the subjects. It cannot be like you can fail in one subject and you can just go in with one particular subject. So this important perspective. So in business also you cannot keep it. Okay, my sales are good but my finances are not good, or my sales are good but purchase is not good. So you have to have a good balance of all the things. So one thing more special about CA is that you learn that you have to balance out all the aspects of life, not only one.
How do you differentiate business with CA degree and business without CA degree? क्योंकि बहुत सारे स्टूडेंट्स लोग का क्या होता है ना, अल्टीमेटली मेरे को बिजनेस ही करना है तो मैं सीए में टाइम वेस्ट क्यों करूं. अल्टीमेटली मेरे को बिजनेस में ही घुसना है तो मैं स्टार्टिंग से बीकॉम खत्म होते ही मैं बिजनेस में घुस जाऊं. तो इज देयर अ डिफरेंस बिटवीन अ प्रोफेशनल वर्किंग एंड नॉन प्रोफेशनल वर्किंग?
So the answer is quite different for this. I don't believe that a non-professional cannot become a good businessman, or a professional can become a good businessman. It more depends upon what is the requirement of your business. And second is, the earlier I mentioned that doing CA is like buying a book, buying a good book. The various aspects which you learn during the CA phase is something which you have to apply during your entrepreneur journey, during the different aspects of journey of being an entrepreneur. So it does helps being a CA or being a professional that there are a lot of knowledge which is injected in you, and during the course of your journey of being an entrepreneur, you just pick out the subject or pick out the lesson which you have learned during the phase. Otherwise, you have to rely more upon the other professionals who can teach you. So, a typical approach which I follow is that I make up a hypothesis in my mind about a subject, then I get it vetted from the core professionals, specialized professionals. But in case, so there's a quite a good level of brainstorming which has already been done in my mind,
Of
and
yours.
this is being because of my CA degree.
So
Yeah,
basically, in your
and
business, you've done lots of mergers and acquisitions, and this your CA course must have helped you in
तो
analyzing.
जैसे मैं आपको बताता हूँ टैक्स प्लानिंग करनी थी. हाँ, टैक्स प्लानिंग को मैं थोड़े से डिफरेंट वे में बोलता हूँ कि इफ यू हैव टू लाइक वी आर इन वी द एक्विजिशन व्हिच वी डिड, हाँ उसको इट्स इन मूवीज और इन रियल लाइफ इट्स quite different than what we have seen. So when you do a lot of different things, na, like taxation also, like corporate finance also, and then you know a Companies Act also, then you know how to build the entire transaction. Because in M&A, you have to take care of taxation. You have to take care of the company laws. You have to take care of the other laws. You have to take care of Indian Contract Act. You have to take care of so many things. Huh? Ab, because of being a CA, these all things. That is why I said, na, you should know a bit about everything. You are able to design a transaction to a level at your end only, and then you can get it vetted from different professionals, different expert levels. And second, like 2018, I think so, or 2017 when GST came in 2017. Yeah. So because of uh, laws are same, only the thing is rules get different. So because of being a CI, I still remember we didn't even have a single day sale loss because we planned it quite early. Huh? We had a first mover advantage in terms of getting all the implementation, all the technicalities taken care already in our ERP system. Otherwise, you have to rely upon a lot of other CA fellows only for doing this.
You have it in your management only, it affects a lot. मतलब बहुत ज़्यादा फर्क पड़ता है in your working basically.
But one thing which I have seen, and it is something which I think so ICI or probably during the part a person has to take care himself or herself only is that CAs don't have good presentation skills.
Yes. Yes.
They don't even know how to present an Excel. So this is something which one has to take care because at last presentation is really important.
Yes, and communication presentation skills are very important. And CA Institute is working on it. Orientation classes होता है, GM classes होता है. तब ट्रेनिंग देना चाहते हैं बट स्टूडेंट्स लोग उसको उस हिसाब से ग्रैब नहीं करते. बट आफ्टर लिसनिंग टू इंटरव्यूज एंड एवरीथिंग ना दे अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट इज द वैल्यू ऑफ लर्निंग दिस स्किल्स. तो ये सबसे फर्क पड़ जाएगा.
Yeah, I have seen a lot of fresher CAs and I have seen a lot of old CAs. I have seen very senior CAs than me. So one thing which I have generally seen is this communication skills, formatting skills, and these are the skills because of which some smart MBAs out, even though they are not having knowledge, even their context is wrong, but they are deemed to be right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Basically, one suggestion from your side is with CA, try to work on your communication skills as well because it is actually very, very important and need of the hour.
If you are not able to articulate what is in your mind, then what's the fun of having it in your mind?
So after CA, what do you suggest if someone wants to get into the family business or be an entrepreneur? Any other course which should be done like complement with your CA profession, or any suggestion on books which they should study or read before joining in a business, or any habit which one should have if they want to be a successful businessman?
देखो मैं सबके लिए तो नहीं कह सकता लेकिन after CA you're done with books, at least for me. I can't read a book now. So this is my story at least, but yeah, in terms of what you can do is I did a lot of courses on myself, as in not professional courses, but I improved a lot. I improved a lot on my Excel skills, on my presentation skills. Then I improved. I tried to observe a lot of things. I tried to do a lot of data analytics. I did quite a bit of research on technology because technology is the biggest competitor to a CA. Because how I see a future is that everything will be translated into some artificial intelligence or something like that, and this will become the biggest competitor of average CA. So one has to be way ahead and be a part of that journey and not fear from that journey, because this is a thing which is going to happen.
So at home only, what they can do, like जैसे you said that you used to study कैसे artificial intelligence को use करे अपने business में, because you have used it. You have actually converted your business drastically into technologically driven company. So what all did you read or study to make it happen? Because last like 2016 to 18 was the biggest leap for your company, as I've read. So what did you do to make it happen, basically, to reach that level?
See, 2016 to 18 or 2016 till date is the application of what I had done in my initial 5 years. So it's always what you do right now will help you in your next phase. So that is why I said you have to have a clear part of 5-year, 10-year plan. So 5 year you do work on it, and in next 5 years you get the benefit out of it. And what you are doing right now in these 5 years, the benefit you will reap in the another 5 years. So during the 2010 and 2015 journey was I did a lot of basic stuff. That how can you time and motion study is a thing which I did at least. So this is not the right answer to your question, but at least what I did. In my company, I can talk only about my company. What are the things which are taking a lot of time and can be turned into Excel, or can be turned into process driven, or can be turned into software driven? To analyzing of all these things, which will cut down on your time or maybe cut down on the number of resources which you are using. This is a study which I did quite extensively on my own thing. जैसे अगर मान लो there were quite a lot of legacy things which were following, like one of my treasury manager was still making a check register wherein he was recording all the checks, but this is being already taken care by Tally, so I stopped that. So I reduce at least 1 hour per day. So how many man-hour days you can improve, how many resources you can cut down. And I'm not saying firing of some resources, I'm saying optimum utilization of the resources which you are having. And the last but not the least, theory of constraint is a thing which I try to apply a lot. So time study, motion study, and theory of constraint. These are the 3 things which practically help me out. I can suggest some good books like The Goal is a book which tells leaps and bounds about theory of constraint. Then good management books. So because CA imparts you good amount of knowledge, then how to implement that knowledge is a thing which you have to learn. From an entrepreneur angle, I'm not talking from a job angle. And whatever you do, you have to do a lot of research before it.
So Piyush, I guess all the students must have clear roadmap on how to go about their business and how to take their legacy forward. At the end, I would just ask you any more suggestions you would like to give to the young chartered accountants who wish to take their business forward or who wish to take their business to next level. Any other suggestions from your side?
Only 2 things: be curious and be hungry.
Yeah, actually, this is very important. Actually, since childhood, you need to be very curious, like a child is. What is this? ये क्या है? This is one question which every kid asks. We need to be like that as well. Yeah.
So never you should think that you know it all. So you have to be always curious, and you have to be always have hunger for more knowledge, more business, or maybe more anything. So you have to be always hunger. So there need to be hunger for growth.
Piyush, thank you so much for enlightening every one of us about your journey and how a CA can take it forward. And I'm sure this will really help everyone out there.
I really hope this video will be helpful to all the chartered accountants and the aspiring chartered accountants to know how they can use their knowledge in their business to expand their family legacy. So guys, stay tuned because I'll be coming up with many other interview sessions which will clear your roadmap to various career options after CA. If you like this video, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much.